Hello friends, my name's Koolio and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Pokemon Masters guide video. This video is specifically going to be centered around co-op play as sort of a tips and tricks or a guide video to help you guys when you are playing co-op battles, whether you're playing with randoms or more specifically if you're going to be playing with friends to coordinate your attacks. Now the reason I'm putting this video together is I've had a lot of people request that I make a video to hopefully improve new players, former players, whatever, their battle when in co-op, because I cannot tell you how frustrating it is to jump into a co-op battle with random players only to have certain players do moves out of sync, screw up the order, end up getting everybody killed, the wrong Pokemon team. It's very frustrating. Now this video is going to be more of a generalized video for all of co-op battle, not for any specific co-op battle in particular, like no specific EX challenge, no specific main story co-op. This is mainly going to help out generally when you are playing in co-op battles. And if you guys want to see more specific videos on specific EX challenges or main story co-op battles, let me know down below. Now the first tip I have for you guys is no auto combat. Stop using auto combat, okay? I don't care if you've been able to beat it once before in auto combat with your friends or whatever. Just stop doing it, okay? You're screwing it up. You're wasting people's times. The odds of you even successfully doing it in auto combat is very significantly low. You're just wasting a lot of people's time if you're doing auto combat. It is meant to be done manually. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is team composition. Now, most people will agree on this style of team composition. However, things can change depending on certain EX challenges. Now, the main consensus is to have a main attacker, a single target DPS, or a type effective type of attacker on your team, and then to have a mega evolution attacker. Now, mainly in the video that you guys seeing that I'm playing on the side, you can see that I've got Pidgeot that's running my main attack, but he's also going to be my main mega evolution. So I've kind of combined the two of them together. The reason why you want to do this, a single target DPS attacker like a Lycanroc or a Trico are fantastic for most co-op battles and can do a significant amount of single target DPS against the main boss battle, the main Pokemon in the center of the co-op battles. Now, the reason why you want to have a mega evolution is once you get to the point where you can mega evolve a Pokemon by activating a sync move, it just will overall increase the overall attack potential of your team without making it so your mega evolution Pokemon is wasting their time in the front trying to do as much damage. However, in the Rosa battle, you can see that I'm doing my Pidgeot does fantastic. This was almost a perfect example of a co-op battle. And then finally, the other one is to have either a tank or a support, a Pokemon that you can bring to the battle just before an enemy is about to activate their sync move to take the brunt of the damage, or a support type Pokemon such as Surskit that you can jump onto the field to activate their passive ability to drop down the enemy attack. It's very important to have those types of Pokemon, specifically a tank Pokemon to take the brunt of the force. Now, the next tip I have for you is preparation skills, or sort of like the preparation phase within a combat situation. Now, I think there are two different versions of the preparation phase. Now, what happens, and what I mean by preparation phase, is at the very beginning of combat, when you are activating trainer skills to buff up your Pokemon. Only do it twice, okay? Only activate a buff of a Pokemon trainer twice. Don't use more than that because you're going to need those buffing skills later down the line. And you want to start getting as many attacks off as possible. So I usually recommend, for example, my Mega Pidgeot example here on the side in my co-op battle is I dropped Smell You Later and then X Special Attack. Just drop the two of them, stop right there, and then just start welling on the enemy with your attacks. And the reason why you want to do that leads into my next tip is trying to activate your Unity bonus as fast as possible. If you're running co-op or if you're not paying attention to your teammates, you're not going to activate your Unity bonus, which increases the overall attack damage of any skill that is super effective against the enemy Pokemon. So if everyone on your team is using a preparation skill, whether that is dropping a Surskit in to lower the attack rating of the enemy Pokemon or throwing in a superior to do an X special attack only do two of those skills. Once you get to your third action, start attacking the enemy. Because once you start attacking the enemy, those attack skills, once they're chained together, will activate the Unity bonus, which is incredibly important to get as much damage as possible. Now, once you've activated the Unity bonus, do not continue to activate buff skills. Start activating all of your attack skills because there is a move gauge. I believe it starts at like 21 or something like that. And for every single move gauge that you use, it will decrease that number. Once it gets down to 0, you can then finally use your unity attack, okay? The faster that you can do that, the more damage you can do to the enemy. And if you're using your trainer skills in order to buff up your teammates during that time, you are wasting your time and your trainer skills. Which leads me to the next thing. When you are activating your unity bonus, pick the Pokemon that is super effective against the center Pokemon. Unless there's a specific challenge that's going on where the side Pokemon have special abilities and you want to try to take them out faster, most of the time, pick the Pokemon that is super effective against the center target. And the reason why is if all 3 of you activate the same type advantage, you will have a more significant attack output from your unity attack. Even if you're using super effective moves of other enemies on the side and stuff, if you don't sync all up together, you're going to be wasting your unity attack. Which leads me on to the next tip that we've got. You've used your unity attack, you've gone through, you've done some significant damage. At this point, the enemy is going to get ready to drop their sync move, which does a lot of damage and will debuff your Pokemon. At this point, you'll see usually your teammates, or there'll be an action that will say, watch out. Usually I try to do this around the second gauge of the enemy move sync, or if you're timed well enough, you can do it when there's only one movement or one action left for them to activate their sync move. Swap over to your tank Pokemon. For me, I use Superior. Drop Superior down, take the blunt of the attack. At this point, you should have enough moves or at least one more action to go to then activate your Mega Evolution. You can see I Mega Evolve Pidgeot, drop him down on the field. This is perfect timing. Now, if you can actually get this right, your Pokemon can take a few hits, activate a lot of their more powerful moves, and then your teammates will then follow up using their sync moves. And whichever Pokemon activates their sync move, the enemy AI will then target that Pokemon. So it's kind of a good way, if you can time it just right, to activate certain sync moves one after the other, the enemy will continually swap between you rather than targeting your Mega Evolved Pokemon and taking them out as fast as possible. You can see in the example that I've got to the left of me or whatever right here, that I activated my sync move and then my teammate activated his sync move, and it was just a great way to kind of take the aggro away from me and then take aggro away from him. It worked out really, really well. Now, at this point is the second preparation phase. After you've used your sync move and dropped some serious damage on the opponent is my second preparation phase. Now, sometimes this will be just before you activate your sync move if you still have one more action you need to do before activating it, where you use your remaining buffs to buff them up. But usually after the sync move is when you're going to drop the rest of your buffs to buff your Pokemon up, and then you can spend the rest of your time just finishing off the enemy. And so there you guys go. That is my tips and tricks for co-op. Hopefully it made a lot of sense. If you have any questions, let me know down below. It can be pretty tough, especially when playing with randoms. This example I have right here was actually almost a flawless playthrough, and it worked out so good. So thank you so much to my teammates, whoever you guys are. If you're watching this video, shout out down below. Again, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon Masters videos in the future. Hey friends, I'll see you next time.